project management processes. We will explore the key groups of activities that guide a project from start to finish. These are called process groups, and they are a logical way to organize the work needed to meet project goals. It is important to understand that these process groups are not the same as the phases or stages of a project's life cycle. They can be applied at a general level for the entire project or within each individual phase. We will now look at each group in detail, connecting them to the typical flow of a project. First, we have the initiation process group. This is where we define what the project aims to achieve. The main goal here is to share the project vision with potential stakeholders to gain their support. The key part is defining the project scope and including stakeholders in that process to align their expectations. This group involves developing a business case to justify the project. The business case should describe the purpose, give a cost approximation, and present possible solution alternatives. We identify available options and opportunities, then look at the advantages and disadvantages of each in terms of cost, performance, and schedule. We also preliminarily identify risks and recommend a solution. Next, a feasibility study aims to find the solutions that best meet the main objective, usually prioritizing the best cost-performance ratio. Finally, project definition describes the scope, stakeholders, roles, and responsibilities. This includes defining the deliverables, identifying stakeholders, establishing the project organization, defining functions and roles, setting the overall execution plan, and identifying and analyzing execution risks. Next is the planning process group. Planning aims to establish detailed plans to ensure the necessary resources are available to achieve the project's main objective within budget and on time. It also plans communications and procurement. The goal is to refine the scope and establish a clear roadmap. This involves developing an initial project plan that declares the project's critical elements and how they will be managed. Key activities include creating the work breakdown structure, determining necessary resources and budget, establishing the project organization, specifying the methodology and tools for control and change management, refining the risk analysis and proposing plans for communications, quality management, and procurement. Specifically, the communications plan ensures efficient and secure information flow, reaching the right people at the right time. It involves establishing communication stakeholders, defining their needs, identifying required communication events with method and frequency, assigning resources, and setting a schedule. The resource management plan specifies the necessary labor, equipment, and materials. It establishes the types of labor needed, main functions and responsibilities, the number of people, the types and quantities of equipment, and the total cost of materials. The financial management plan establishes the budget by defining expense types like labor, equipment, materials, and administrative costs, along with cost estimates and contingency requirements. Finally, the risk analysis and management plan structures the process of identifying and managing project risks. Then we move to the execution process group. This group seeks to complete the planned activities by putting the plans into action. Processes here are oriented toward change management, control and receipt of intermediate deliverables, risk management, resource management, and time management. A key activity is budget execution monitoring, which always aims to stay within budget, economize, and maintain effective expense control. This ensures the financial resources are available for all activities and involves progress reports, deviation reports, change proposals, and their acceptance. Following execution, we have the monitoring and control process group. These are the processes required to track, analyze, and regulate project progress to identify areas needing modifications. This involves updating and tracking project management tools to gain control capability. We establish key management indicators to provide metrics on the project's most relevant variables. We monitor these indicators to ensure a quick reaction time if a deviation is detected. Communicating deviations is crucial, with an emphasis on clarity, precision, timeliness, and choosing the correct person to inform. We then plan and execute corrective actions, ensuring they are relevant to reduce the impact of deviations. Creating a contingency plan ensures project development continues even if deviations impact the critical path. Other activities include reviews of each phase, communication of deviations, updates to the risk management plan, and communication of corrective actions. Finally, we reach the closure process group. These processes are oriented toward formally completing the project, including all contractual obligations. The goal is to obtain formal acceptance of all deliverables and sign all required closure documents. This involves evaluating each project activity and phase to verify objective fulfillment and identify good practices. We conduct an overall project assessment to visualize the level of success achieved. We formalize project acceptance, ensuring stakeholders understand the products generated. We deliver any agreed supplementary information and ensure client satisfaction. We organize the work team's withdrawal and release resources. We deliver all project documentation to the client and officially finalize the project. This includes a project closure report and a post-implementation review. The final steps are project acceptance and handover, delivering all documentation and any training or informational materials to the client. This completes our walkthrough of the core project management process groups: initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, and control, and closure. Each plays a vital role in guiding a project systematically toward its successful completion.